Well, pets are part of the family, but who gets the fur baby when the couple split?
I know, it's a real thing. Pet prenups really becoming more and more popular, and it could help avoid a lot of added stress. Joining us to talk more about it, Sue Moss, a family and matrimonial lawyer. And Sue, nice to have you with us.
It's great to be here.
Well, let's jump in and start here. How often have you seen cases as an attorney where a pet prenup really would have been helpful?
Oh, this is happening more and more. Some people say that pet prenups are perfect. Oh, that's terrible. The reality is there are so many issues when it comes to your favorite pet. What's going to happen if things don't go well, if you break up? Who's going to have who's going to have this pet? Who's going to pay for all the pet's expenses? If you deal with these agreements ahead of time and you talk about all of these issues before the relationship goes awry, you'll save yourself a lot of time, money, stress, and it will also help any further litigation go much smoother.
Wow, this is serious. So, Sue, why should couples get a pet prenup?
Well, the reality is, if things don't go well, are you going to share custody of your little Fido or your cat? Or is only one person going to have responsibility for this pet? The reality is if you don't deal with this now, you literally can spend thousands upon thousands of dollars and almost, in some cases, years of your life trying to debate who's going to get the family pet. And that's really not helpful for anybody. The reality is things are so expensive when it comes to pets. You want to make sure if you're starting a relationship and you're taking on an expensive pet that you're not going to be stuck with the bill at the end of the day.
Also, it's not fair to the pet. I mean, I tried that when I went through my divorce, to go back and forth and split, and this weekend and that week, and that's just not, the animal doesn't know what's going on,
Also, and that also sometimes takes the pet away from the child or the children that the pet became really attached to, and that's also terrifically problematic for children of the marriage.
Yeah, so true. Well, so let's talk about some of the issues couples have to consider when they're considering a pet prenup.
Okay, well, certainly, where is the pet going to live? Also, is the pet going to follow the children? So if there are children of the marriage, will the pet be transferred just when you transfer the children? Of course, expenses. And then, of course, what about big decisions for the pet? God forbid you have to, it comes that time in the pet's life, you have to make a decision about whether to put down the pet. Are you going to have to be speaking with your ex-spouse to make those determinations? If you think about these issues ahead of time, you're going to save yourself so much stress and so much aggravation that I can't stress enough how important it is to do that.
All right, Sue, so we want to jump into an example. Can you give us an example of what a pet prenup actually looks like?
Oh, well, I mean, oftentimes, and our most frequent one says if there are children of the marriage, the pet is going to follow the children, because if you're divorcing your spouse, the children should not suffer or not suffer as much as they otherwise will. So to take them away from a trusted pet, which many kids think of as a security blanket, they're so attached to these animals, is unfair. And if you can assure that that won't happen, you'll be doing your future children a load of good.
So what would you say? Would you say more couples are getting a prenup for their pets these days? What are you seeing? Is it a must-have at this point?
Well, we are seeing, especially after COVID, more and more people are so attached to their animals, whether they're dogs, cats, or even iguanas. They're so attached that the concept, when I tell them that they may only have shared custody of this animal should things go awry, causes them even more stress at the wedding. So what I offer them is, let's think about these issues now, let's negotiate them now, and that way we all have finality as to what ultimately will happen.
Okay, so Sue, what happens if a couple doesn't drop a prenup and the dog gets caught in the middle of this divorce? So who decides where the pet goes?
Oh, that's rough. Oh, that's terrible too. Anyway, I call that the Divorce Lawyer Full Employment Act, because you are going to be paying somebody like me a lot of money at the end of the day to negotiate these things, which is just terrible. What you should be doing is thinking of these issues ahead of time so that I remain poor.
Sue, it's nice to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah, some good attorney humor there.
Right.
It's good. It's good. This is an important topic, though. It really is. Thanks for joining us this afternoon.